Disadvantages of the concentrators: they have noise, heat, cost to operate, require electricity, so they need to be backed up, have a backup system, and they're less pure and can be less clean if not properly maintained.
Okay, so here's our concentrator. As far as noise goes, they hum. Can everyone hear that humming along there? Nice thing though is as long as you have power, you've got oxygen.
Do you know what the cost per month for the power to run out?
Medicare's allowable per month is about $150 a month.
I think she said in electricity.
No,
In electricity?
I believe that's their power bill.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
Now, one of the discussions on my online group was talking about that because of taxes now. You can claim the cost of your energy used to fill your tanks, and there's an equation for that.
Is there?
Yes, the number of hours it's used, the cost of your kilowatt hour, et cetera, and you can come up with a figure that can be put on your taxes. I can get that information should somebody want it.
Does anyone know, how much did your power bill go
I
up?
have had people report about $20 a month.
Yeah,
Is that-
well, it can be rather high for some people who are at the higher levels of usage. I've got people on the online support group that are having to tie in 2 or more tanks because they're at somewhere between 10 and 20 liters per minute.
Yeah.
And this disease progresses, so
Sure.
your needs do rise. So you need to be prepared for that eventuality.
Right.
The most one concentrator will produce is 10 liters.
Yeah.
And we're very reticent to wire things together. It gets kind of messy.
It does get messy, and you've got to be real careful, but it can be done.
Yeah, you're a great resource. I didn't know about that tax thing. That's quite a good deal to know. Yes.
If you don't have insurance, how much would it cost you?
$375 a month is the full price for a concentrator. If you were,
So that's just the rental.
that's a rental.
If you were uninsured, there's uninsured discounts that we can apply to that, which
Or we have financial assistance, we being Intermountain, for those that have no insurance and no ability to pay.
What about the other type?
the home fill, the filling system.
It's on a sliding scale. The corporation will absorb different levels of that cost.
But
People do buy this stuff online.
this rents for, is it $85 a month? $85 a month.
Full price. So retail is costly, but you'd probably never pay retail.
But realize insurance companies have allowables, and that's why I mentioned earlier Medicare's allowable on a concentrator is around 100 something. Each insurance plan has a negotiated rate with your provider, and you'll pay a percentage of that allowed charge. You won't pay that full amount.
You don't have insurance at all.
If you don't have insurance, then you pay the full amount depending on who you're with.
Okay, they listed some, what is the brand of that concentrator there?
This one?
Yes,
This is a Respironics.
the Respironics, and some of the other examples are named up here, Air Step and Care, we can read those. The high flow, you said 10 liters is the maximum you can usually do, and as they said, we can be wired together, but you don't suggest that as an appropriate thing, but it can be done.
There's also a fire risk that gets substantial when we start looking at high liter flows. If you have your nasal prongs or a mask, lay on the bed, saturate the bedding with oxygen, the slightest static spark would create a fire. And so it isn't just economics or messy tubing, but it's also a fire risk. We've seen some rather bad experiences using high flows.
Now realize the high flows are the 10 liter, the 5 liter would be something like this. We have 10 liter ones that are bigger and heavier. Let's see there, the Respironics Everflow is 31 pounds. So
This is called an Everflow Q for clients. They made this, they put extra insulation and a little muffler on it, so it's quieter than the quietest one listed here. And since we started using these, noise has not been a complaint at all. It's about what are maybe a refrigerator or even less.
they do hum. It's not like a CPAP where it's, virtually silent, but